So I want to talk about tinnitus meditation. Here's a meditation that is very simple to do. You can do this, I call it a micromeditation. All you need is like 15 seconds, 30 seconds. And I'm going to give you the general concept of it and how I practice it. You know, you don't need to be in complete perfect on a mountain somewhere. There's a mountain back there that I go and meditate on. It's absolutely beautiful. But you don't need to be there to meditate. It doesn't have to be quiet. Right now it's noisy. There are a lot of motorbikes and different things, people passing. But that's okay, because meditation is learning to be present. It's not about disappearing and going somewhere and getting lost. It's about being present. And you don't need to have the perfect circumstances. You don't need complete peace. You don't need everything to be fine. You just have to practice being present, even for a few seconds. And so I'm going to show you what I do, where I might be at. And this works no matter where you're at. You know, you could be in TSA, you know how stressful that can be. Getting on an airplane, you know, whatever it may be. And I'm going to just show you how I went from being too afraid to leave my house to now sitting in Southeast Asia. Whenever I came up to a moment where I didn't think I could continue going on, what I learned to do was a micro meditation. I opened my eyes and I re-engaged with life, or I would face the fear that was in front of me. So here's what I would do. Specifically, getting on the plane to go from Los Angeles to Japan for me was very, very terrifying. I had an irrational fear of flying across the Pacific Ocean, or maybe it was rational, but I wanted to do it. I was just too afraid to do it. There's a boat back there. And so what I did was I did a micro meditation. I remember being at the gate before I got on the plane. I just closed my eyes. I stayed present. I rejoined the peace, the peaceful awareness that is observing reality, is observing everything. And I would just sit in that peace. I would feel the stillness, I would feel the calm, and then I'd open my eyes, grab my ticket, and get on the plane. This is how I overcame the fear of needles when I had to get blood drawn. This is how I overcame dental phobia. This is how I overcame the fear of traveling. This is how I overcame the fear of tinnitus. I would practice it. How I practiced it with tinnitus would be, you know, I would have these moments of just profound despair of like, oh my God, I hear it. I'm going to be stuck like this. And then, and I would just regain. I would just do a quick open my eyes and continue about my day. I would, even though I didn't feel like doing it, even though I wanted to just lay in bed and lose all hope, what's the next thing I have to do? We have to go cook dinner. Let's go cook dinner. And it was these micro moments of returning to peace. I call it the being still and knowing, be still and know that I am God, the still small voice. That's what I call it. It's almost like it's meditation and prayer, if you will. It's not super like religious, but it's just the remembering to be present and allowing yourself to observe this. Now, the better you get at this, you can sit with traffic and cars, and you can sit and just close your eyes and just return to the stillness, return to the centeredness that is you, the presence. And you can just stay in that peace. You can sit and meditate for hours if you want, you know. It's very beautiful. But, you know, at first it's probably going to feel like this is so impossible for me to do. I don't want to do this. This is stupid. Remember, that same mind is your ego mind. And that's the source of your suffering, is believing that and letting that dictate what you do. You need to learn to observe that. And that's the practice of meditation, isn't being good at meditating. I don't know if you can be bad. I don't know if you can be bad at being present. You as a human are designed to be present in the present moment. You know? So I don't even know if you can be bad at meditation. I think that if you didn't have the thought, that was telling you that you're bad at meditation, if you didn't have that belief, you would just be in the present moment. Meditation, if you just strip away all of the bells and whistles and the theatrics and everything else, it's just remembering to be present. That's it. That's all it really is. You know, when you learn to develop a habit and a lifestyle of this, you realize is you're focusing on the trees, you're focusing on the ocean, you're focusing on being with someone and listening to them, and not taking your phone and being stuck in your phone. You're just remembering to be in the present moment, right? Be still and know that I am God. I believe that's just being still and remembering that life is happening, and you need to get outside of your thoughts. You need to get outside of your own mind. And when you can practice this, I'm telling you, this is going to put your habituation on light speed, warp speed. This will warp speed your habituation. Okay, you can practice this, because it's doing the exact thing that heals you, which is getting you in the present moment. And that's exactly where you need to be. That's where your healing happens, because when you're in the present moment, you're living. When you're living, you're getting outside of your thoughts. When you're outside of your thoughts, the tinnitus thoughts, they're telling you you're suffering, and you're re-engaging with life, that heals you. Life is the cure. And practicing this is going to really set the stage for you to habituate. If you want to work with me, I will be your mentor, and I can help you return to silence, practicing this stuff. Book a session below. Make sure to smash the subscribe button and the like button. It really helps the algorithm to get these videos to as many people as we can that are suffering. But anyway, I look forward to working with you. I'll talk to you later. Peace.